Today I wanted to talk about challenge groups, and I don't want to be the only person who talks. So, lucky you, if this is your first time signing on to one of our team Zooms, I will call you out because this is about something that I think is the most important thing about becoming a coach. And I kind of decided to have this conversation with you guys on this Thursday for this Zoom a while ago, but I didn't really realize, I guess, the caliber of what I wanted to talk about when it came to the subject. And over the last couple of weeks, I've noticed that there's several challengers in a lot of our challenge groups who are just like getting amazing results and doing hard things, and I want to celebrate that more. So I think that it's our biggest job as a coach is to create really powerful, inspirational, motivational challenge groups. So that's why I wanted to talk to you guys. And the two things that I wanted you guys to keep in mind is that you are all a challenger. So we're all working on some sort of fitness goal ourselves. So we ourselves are challengers. So I want you guys to consider that perspective as we go forward. And then I want you to also just keep in mind that we are providing this opportunity for everybody out there to have a place to come to that's fun and kind of like a friendship zone, if you will, for people to be vulnerable and share their challenges. So take that perspective as well. But the two things that I want to talk about are our favorite things about challenge groups and how we do them as coaches. So if Kim was on, I was going to, Kimberly, who's on Sarah's team, I was going to call her out because she has a challenge group that's rocking it right now, but she's probably putting her little one to sleep. So I'm actually going to call out Emily Jones because she has a challenge group, and her first challenge group she hosted all on her own, and she had over 50 challengers in it, and there were people from different countries. And I have had the pleasure to be in the challenge group. She's in her second one now. And I just kind of want to start the conversation with this question, and I'm going to have Emily answer it. And then everybody kind of, if you want to talk, I don't even know how to signal it, just raise your hand or something. But what do you think is the most value that your challengers get from your challenge groups?
What is the most value?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that?
Why do they keep coming back? Like, what's the...
I think that I'm there every day, but on top of that, I message every challenger once a week. Like every single one, I'm messaging on the side once a week. And so they get a chance to like spill everything out to me that they wouldn't necessarily put on the challenge group. And then after we have a conversation, I usually end up seeing at least one of the things that they talked to me about in the challenge group. And so now it's like a whole nother conversation. And I've had 3 challengers in the last 2 days say, this challenge, like on the challenge board, this challenge has been way more than a challenge for me. Like, these are the things that I've found in my life that are not working. And these are the things that I need to fix. I need help me. And like legitimately said, help me. And so now all my other challengers who need help are ready to help because they're in the same boat. And so the communication is getting started. And I think that communication is the biggest thing, because everyone's just quiet about it. Nobody says anything about anything. And it's just helpful to know that other people are in your boat. Yes.
That was one of the things I noticed right away when I did my challenge group was that, like you see like invitational posts being put out there by coaches, like come join my challenge group. And it's like, it's really tempting because you're like, you know, you, in the back of your head, you have this goal, like, yeah, I need some accountability. I want to be held accountable to my, you know, my fitness goals or whatever. But I was actually reading something about like developmental stages in children. Like you can't really prevent risks from happening in kids unless you build trust. And so obesity, we would have to create some kind of like trust with the youth for them to believe that we're trying to look out for their, you know, the benefit of their future. And the same thing goes for challenge groups, you know, like until they get into a challenge group, nobody really trusts that you're out there for their, like their benefit or to help them with their goals. And then what happens when they get in there is like they realize that they're not alone and that they do connect with a lot of people, and the vulnerability starts to show that we're all really human, and that, you know, why we love these groups so much is because, you know, we're connecting with real people and not just, you know, really athletic people or really fit people or whatever. You know, we're sharing what's really going on in life, and also sharing what's so positive about working hard to reach your goals, like being real. And I love that you do that weekly message, because like I do that too. And I feel like that's the only way I have real conversations with my challengers sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else does that.
Yeah, I do.
I'm writing that down. Take notes, you guys, because I also read today a little blurb about how things like this are educational or whatever. If they help you expand your mind and learn new things, you can prevent Alzheimer's. Sorry, I'm a dork. But I'm taking notes.
So Emily,
Kim, I know you have.
What?
No, go ahead, Kim.
I was gonna say, Emily, do you have like a set message that you send out to everyone, like a, you know, just like a hey, checking in, or do you go through and do something, you know, that's really like personalized for each person, or is there somewhere kind of in between that you're doing?
Yeah, it's definitely somewhere in between. So I've got like, hey, just checking in, seeing how you're doing this week, and then I'll add something in. Like I write a list of all my challengers, and then next to it I do like a couple of their goals. Mm-hmm. And so I can ask them about it. She's up in her room, babe. Sorry, they're trying to go out on a walk. So I'll ask them about it. How are you doing with this goal? Or how's that, you know, riding your bike to work coming or whatever. And so I'll kind of like, hey, how's it going this week? And for the sake of them not just writing back good,
yeah,
or whatever, I'll ask them another question, and that way it gets another conversation going, even if they don't really want to talk about the challenge, and then eventually we'll usually get into the challenge.
Sure. Awesome. Well, and it's nice too, because that's not, I feel like sometimes when I'm looking at reaching out to people, it's like when they've started to get quiet and then they get all, you know, it's like if you message them, they're like, oh, she's only messaging me because I'm quiet. So if you like keep track of what their goals are or something, you can, you know, focus on the positive and just say like that, like, hey, how is, you know, this going? Or, you know, just something that's like the positive and the looking forward rather than looking back. So
yeah, absolutely. And if I feel that they are having a tough time, or if they're not really wanting to talk about the challenge, like if it's someone who's been extra quiet, I'll kind of go onto their own Facebook page and see what's going on.
Sure.
Like, you know, because sometimes people will say little things, even if they're not kind of participating, and I'll say, hey, saw that you went to whatever.
Yeah.
And so just get another part of the conversation going if I don't have anything to grab onto.
Cool. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing a challenge group right now? Just show of hands. Who has one right now that they're hosting? Oh, I'm gonna cut out.
Looks like almost all of us, Julie. since it looks like you cut out and now she's frozen. She's like, we're all high-fiving her.
I know.
This is what I need to be screenshotting right now.
Take a screenshot of that.
So lots of people are doing challenge.
Cool thing with that, I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Can you see us, kind of?
Sorry, just a second. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm going to call in too because I'm going to call in.
You're back, kind of.
We can hear you, Julie, but you're still frozen in your high five.
You kind of look like Star Wars a little bit. Or whatever, Star Trek.
Oh, shoot, I missed it.
Well, I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm going to call in. I can still see all you guys. It's just on my end, of course, it's going to be stupid. But if you guys can hear me, that's good. I think that Kim Wells, you had somebody who just lost 13 pounds, right? Didn't you? I'm not going to say their name, but
yeah.
What's she doing?
12 pounds. And she started 21 Day Fix nutrition and added it to, she's been going to the gym and actually works with a personal trainer once a week and stuff. So basically just changed to the 21 Day Fix nutrition. And it's a good friend of mine, and it's really exciting to me because she's tried all sorts of crash diets and this and that, and then she'll even call it. She'll say it, and she'll probably see this video eventually because she's going to be on the team soon. So she, she'll call them the crash diets. She'll call them the BS diets, and so she's done all these things before, and she told me, the most she's ever lost in a week is like 9 pounds. And so the fact that she, came to me like a lot of people do when they first start 21 Day Fix, and she's like, this is so much food and I don't know if I can eat it all. And, I feel like I'm eating all day, and she's lost the most in the first week of this than she has on any other, plan. I think that is so huge. That's my biggest takeaway from it is that it's that mind shift of I think we all just think that we have to starve in order to lose weight, and it's just accepted by society, and it's more about changing what you're eating and being focused on the portions and all that. So that's what she's doing now, and drinking Shakeology finally regularly, and so she's excited about that and feeling good, and she's got a big amount of weight to lose that she is her goal, but this is a great way to start, and I think it's definitely speaks to the strength of the nutrition program. And that includes I know they had pizza on Friday night, and so she was good and had a couple pieces, but still had pizza and stuff. So it's just real life. So that gets me really excited because that's the kind of stuff that makes a difference long term, that can be maintainable and stuff. So yeah, it's exciting. Yeah. And
you're like the third coach this week that I've heard who's had someone lose over 10 pounds in their challenge group. And I was wondering who else had someone. Kim, you're on. I know you had someone this week who's just lost over 10 pounds or something like that.
Kim Resnack.
Oh.
Kim Resnack.
Sorry. My volume is not really working that well. It kind of goes in and out. Can you hear me?
Oh, Julie, now you're
you have
really bad.
Whoa. Hang on, sorry.
Oh.
I muted you.
You have someone in your challenge group who is lost over 10 pounds, I just saw, right?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't really checked it in my challenge group tonight. I'm doing terrible. So I just got home from work. But,
that's awesome. Well, I didn't mean to put you on the spot
that's
that,
okay.
but I
think I did.
Yeah, I've seen some girls in there that are just rocking it, and I was wondering, I think everybody in this team does a free challenge group where we don't require people to purchase challenge packs and whatnot, but I was just wondering, is that the majority of your challenge group, or?
Yeah, my challenge groups, pretty much, there's a couple people that have purchased through me, but majority of the people are kind of doing their own thing, or they already have Beachbody. Like one of the girls is like T25, she has PiYo. A couple of the other people are just kind of doing their own gym type of workouts. But I'm not going to lie, my challenge group this month is very pathetic. So that's why I'm here, because I need a lot of help. And I feel like I've been doing it since January, and a lot of the girls are continuing month to month to month, but like they're fading out throughout the past couple months. And I've added new challengers, and I feel like the people that are in the group kind of should like lead it, since they already know what's going on. But I have like people message me privately and say, oh, I don't want to post anything because I'm the only one posting the whole entire time, or they feel like, so I'm here.
Well, I have a really big announcement to kind of help with everybody in their challenge groups for the entire team. So that will come at the end, but I will pass this idea on to you that I know that Kim does in her challenge group, the other Kim. She has had what she calls as like apprentice coaches or like intern coaches, where they don't sign up to coach, but they help lead the group, and they invite challengers. And, I feel like a lot of them over time have, signed up as coaches. Some of them haven't, but it might be something if you have some people that are showing leadership, that maybe they would want to help you lead them, because I know you're busy. I know you have a lot going on. And maybe they should be inviting people to join them and help lead the groups and mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. I even tried like the $5 buy-in, and everyone's like, oh yeah. And then I got like 3 people. So I was like, oh, sweet. Everyone gets their money back each week.
So I've had awesome success with that. So that's a bummer. We'll have to, I think, engagement is huge. Consistency is huge. Private messaging has worked really well for me when I feel like my groups are slowing down. I reach out privately, and I've kind of stepped into the role as call it like it is lately, and just say, hey, you said you wanted to be part of this challenge group and you have not signed up. So if I don't, or you haven't showed up, and if I don't see you participating, I'm going to ask you to join my next one. And honestly, I don't care if it hurts their feelings. They recognize that they're not part of the challenge group either. There's a reason for that, but I don't want to continue worrying about them. So maybe the next one is a better time for them. But I also feel like it kind of lights a little bit of a fire under their butt. And if you're really having that kind of an issue, Kim, sign up with a buddy and host a group together. I'll do one with you.
Okay.
And we can combine forces, and, it doesn't have to be just you, trying to talk to 3 people. We could try and combine, and maybe collectively we would have a really active group. So there's some ideas there. Is anybody else having a really slow? I'm going to talk to Catherine, who I know stepped up to host a challenge group for Kim. How's it going?
I think it's going okay. I mean, people are being active. They were really active before we actually started the group, and it's kept up pretty well. Don't see very many people actually like posting about the assignments. It's kind of like the same people, and not very many people posting about doing our actual mini like daily challenges, but they're at least posting about their days. So, and that's what we kind of want.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's really good. Who's helping you with that?
Kim, Brianna, everyone's like helping still post out all the stuff. Emily, the normal like head coach.
Brianna, way to go, babe. You're a brand new stinking coach. I love it. I'm gonna ask her. Whatever, man. I'm in all of these groups and you guys are rocking it. I'm gonna ask her kind of a deep question and I'm going to ask Julia to answer first, but I feel like, man, I don't know how to put this. Do you feel like your challenge groups are a waste of your time?
You want me to
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
No, I don't think.
The reason why I'm asking you, Julia, is because I noticed that you're consistently showing up every single day. You're doing your workouts. I'm in your group with you, and I see that you're commenting and you're engaging with your team or your challengers. And, privately, we've had a few conversations about whether or not people are, engaging. Like, do you feel like there's a value when you only have a few people in your challenge group who are actually participating? And, like, this goes for everybody, but...
Well, I'm hosting a clean eating group, and a lot of are girls that I work with. They were really all excited about it, and obviously I got like 22 people added to it, and everyone seemed like they were excited. And I probably only have about 6 people that are posting things and commenting, but the ones that are actually active are really and like they're catching on to, like, I would when they would post something, I would like give a comment of like positiveness or whatever. They're catching on to it, and it's my first time running a group, so I kind of knew, like, going into it, I was like, if I only have 3 people, to be honest with you. And so it's like a learning experience for me, and sometimes I'm kind of slow, and I'm not one to like open up my life story to everybody. I know that's like a big part of this, and I'm trying to work on it, and it's going to be a slow process for me. But I think it's really I don't know what the words I'm trying to find, but no, I think it is not a waste of my time. And I feel like I'm helping that they wanted to lose weight, and it's happening for them. And I think that's awesome.
Good. I love hearing that, because I feel like as a coach, these challenge groups are our place to change lives. Like, we can post all the live long day, and we can try to reach as many people. Like Nate brought up this point, like how trainers, I think it was Nate, but like fitness trainers, they work with someone for an hour. So then maybe they help 8 people a day, an hour at a time, and they try and help them learn what they need to do or whatever. And maybe they're, helping someone get in better shape or whatever. But I highly, highly, highly doubt, and if Jackie Lease is on here, she's going to kill me for saying this, but she's a fitness trainer. She does live groups. But I highly doubt that fitness trainers have an opportunity to touch as many lives as Beachbody coaches. Because for every person who silently looks at a post, something could resonate with them, and they could decide on their own to change their life, and they never even communicate that to you. So your posts are valuable. But once you get inside a challenge group, and like you were saying, like maybe 6 of them are active, you're changing 6 people's lives. Like, I don't care. That is not insignificant. I don't care if there's 30 people in that challenge group. 6 people? Are you kidding me? Like, and you're not even face to face in front of them, and that's powerful. And I think that's something like that's basically why I asked that question, is because I've had challenge groups where I've had like 30 or 45 people in them, and 5 people are posting, and I'm just like, wow, what a waste of my time. And then I need to have that mind shift where I'm like, absolutely not. All of these 5 people that are actually participating, they wanted to be part of this, and I'm helping them, and they're helping me, and that's powerful to help 5 people change their lives. For the other people, maybe they'll come around in their own time, but you just got to keep, putting out the opportunity. Not to move on past that, but Robin, you haven't said anything, and I love that you're on here, and so I want to hear from you because I just joined your challenge group, and I noticed that you comment on every single thing like right away. So I just want to know like how that makes you feel. Like, do you feel like you're it's like takes up too much of your time, or you need like it's keeping you busy, or do you love it, or like because you're on top of it?
I love it. I need to stick to my schedule a little better so I have more balance. But right now, like when I have, this group is really rocking it, and I want to keep the energy going. And I feel it's important, to touch base with everyone, even if it's something little, just to keep them, I don't know, just it's important to me. And I do the weekly check-in too, with a private.
Oh, cool.
And I feel with that, you get to realize the people that aren't interacting are getting value too, at least in my groups. And I'll have some that'll be quiet for like 3 groups. And then finally they'll share that I've lost this much weight. This has really helped me, so I just,
yeah.
I don't know.
I see everybody nodding. Cool. It's true. We get those little like silent people who are not, you're like, yeah, they're not doing this. But then come to find out when you send them a message, they're like, I lost 8 pounds. I feel amazing. I love this. I know I'm quiet, but, and I'm like, oh, well, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's something that our team has talked about a ton. Our team, Robin's doing her own groups, which is so awesome. And when her team started to grow, she kind of branched off. And then kind of the rest of our team does our groups together. And it's a topic that comes up here and there. And I know that like I get really frustrated with it when there's people, like when it's literally just the coaches that are posting every single day and everything. But it's something we kind of talk about here and there. And the thing is, like, it's valuable to me because it's helping me live as healthy as I can be. And so honestly,
absolutely.
Like, even if it's just all of our coaches, it's still accountability that's needed. And then, yeah, there's always those people that are silently watching and listening. And I've had a few gals that have been in groups for like 6 months now. And just this group kind of said, okay, I'm finally going to commit to posting more regularly and stuff. And so you get those people. And the final thing that like I keep having to remind myself, and I try to remember to remind our team, and I try to do it as kindly as possible, but we do like mini challenges that are physical challenges every single day. So just stuff like doing 5 squats every time you go pee, or, whatever it might be. And we'll talk about how we're not seeing like anyone doing them. And it's definitely a gut check point for me because I kind of have to turn it around and go, okay, am I doing them? Am I posting that I'm doing them? Because I'm not. Like, I really am not. And I used to. And back when I used to, our groups were more active. And I'm not going to say that, like, because Kim's not doing squats every time she goes pee, like, the challenge group is, less active. But, like, if our coaching team, if, there's 10 of us leading a group and none of us are posting it, or only 1 or 2 of us are posting it, like, we're not setting that example. So why are we trying to hold people to a higher standard than ourselves? So, definitely
totally.
I have to remind myself all the time, and I'm not saying that's why groups get inactive, but it's definitely like the first place that I look personally now when we start to have groups that quiet down is I kind of say, okay, what am I doing and what am I showing? And if I'm only showing my workouts or my food and I'm not doing our little healthy living assignments and doing the mini challenges and stuff, then I step that up. Sometimes that helps. So
well, I know you did this one time, Kim, where you were actually a challenger in my group, and I think maybe you were brand new. I can't really remember, but you were like, how about we do this challenge where we turn the tables and everybody gets to challenge us? And I was like, are you freaking crazy? Because like, I'm going to have, that's like a 6 workouts in a day kind of thing for me. We have 30 people in here.
Well, yeah.
And I just posted that in my challenge group a couple of days ago. and only one person challenged me, and I didn't do it. And I have literally been carrying that around on my shoulders.
Yeah.
And she lives in this town, and I'm like, son of a, you know what? I'm going to do it today. I'm going to video it, and I'm going to send it to her, because I work out every day, but that meant something to her. And you're right, like gut check time. Like there is still accountability for me in my goals too. And I'm setting the precipice for everybody who's in this challenge group. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because it's popped up a few times, and I feel like my challenge groups where I have the most participation is when I'm participating the most myself. Mm-hmm. So granted, I can't do videos as much anymore, and people loved those, but just showing up every day, like showing my meals and my workouts. And on top of the mini challenges, I love personal development challenges. Like I had some challengers the other day that were like, actually Jessica, she just signed up as a discount coach. She was like, Julie, you need to go back to doing more where we're kind of like doing personal development too, because those are good for you guys. Like, does anybody else do that? Like, Pay It Forward Fridays or Man Crush Mondays, like, what do you guys do? Sarah Layshock, I want to hear from you.
I actually just recommended a book that I was reading today, and I've been thinking about running like a personal development, like free group where it's just like nothing to do with working out and just focusing on, women and empowering each other, and maybe reading a book together.
I love that.
Because I'm just, I guess the workout challenges for me have been, been there, done that, and it's hard to keep people motivated to work out because, for me, I don't love working out as much as people might think that I do, but I just don't. But I do love reading. I do love finding time to like hide from the kids, and I love talking to other women. So I was just thinking about this today that I want to either like incorporate more, like follow along with a book, kind of a challenge, or somehow upload a few pages and just challenge women to just read it and take time to feel good about themselves. And, whether they're moms or not, I'm a mom, I connect with more moms, but just realizing like how amazing that we are, and we really sell ourselves short. We don't think we can do as much as what we are already doing, and we don't give each other enough credit. So that kind of stuff changes my life, is when I have that kind of a support system. It's not so much, do this plank for 60 seconds. It's when I have people who are, telling me like, in the hardest times, like, just having my back and helping each other through life. Like, to me, that's what this is about. So.
Hell yeah, I will join that if you set that up.
Me too. I'll join that.
I've noticed, I'm trying to I got the fitness thing down. I got the nutrition thing down. I started that before I was a Beachbody coach. Like, I know a lot of you guys were probably somewhat familiar with what you needed to do to get healthy before you signed up as a coach, and maybe not, I don't know. But I've noticed that I'm 31 years old, and every single day I feel better about myself when I'm also working on who I am and being more of who I am. And I feel like it's easier for me to do that when I have girlfriends, when I can connect with people. So yeah, that's a really good idea, Sarah. I think that you would have a lot of success with that. And I think that there's a lot of, call it like a support group. I think that would be awesome. But whatever. Yeah, I would totally sign up for that.
I think I'll just pipe in really quick and add one more thing. But if you're good at getting uncomfortable and making a video and portraying your emotions on, a video in your workout challenges, I think women need that face-to-face connection. I can't sit and read stuff on social media very long because it's just, there's so much. So if you're comfortable with making video, I say just change it up and go for it. Connect with your challengers after you work out and tell them like, this was kind of sucky, but I did it and I feel so much better. Thank you for, being there for me, who's next, just stuff like that, I think is a game changer for people who just have slow groups. So
yeah, I agree. I'm gonna there's 3 people that I haven't heard from that actually 4, but Kayla made her first video the other day for our Glimpse into coaching group. And if you guys were at retreat, you got to spend some time with Kayla, and you know how amazingly wonderful and funny and brilliant she is. And oh my God, I'm going to cry. Anyway, I asked her to post a video to our Glimpse into coaching group because she's a certified PIO trainer. And I think that a lot of people lose sight of the opportunity to become certified to instruct people live, which is huge. If you're trying to branch out and meet new people and do things face to face, you can get certified to teach our programs, which, first of all, it's fun. It gives you a different avenue as a Beachbody coach because really there's not a lot of people that do it. And I wanted her to share this in our Glimpse because it's an avenue that Beachbody offers that I don't think it's talked about ever. And so I asked her to make a video about it. And she was like, oh my God, I'm going to quit. But she did, and it was great. And when it comes to Kayla's very consistent. Like I see her videos, she does her workout programs. But I wanted to ask Kayla about, like, kind of touching base on that. Like, do you feel like you have relationships that you build in your challenge groups, or do you feel like it's hard? Like, I know that making a video would be hard for you, but do you think that's something that you could take advantage of in your challenge groups, or do you feel like you have those connections there without it? Because that's hard for me too. But
actually, well, I've only done 2 challenge groups so far, and they've really, really sucked. Nobody talks in it, and so I'm trying to figure out a way to get in the group. And it stinks because I get so down about it that I stop talking about halfway through the group, and I'm just like, get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just need to figure out a way to get people talking in the groups. Then I probably motivated to actually make a video, or well, maybe not motivated to make a video since it scares me to death. But
yeah.
Something.
Well, you're very consistent and you're very inspirational. Every time I see one of your workout videos, I'm like, I'm going to go push play now. So high five on that, sister. I love you for that because seriously, you are a really good source of motivation for me. So please don't stop. But I love that idea of making videos. I think it adds more personal connection, like what Sarah's saying. So, and I don't want to talk too much longer because I want to keep this to an hour, but I didn't hear from Elizabeth or Samantha or Lindsay, and so I wanted to see what your guys' favorite things about challenge groups are. Do it, Samantha. You know you want to.
Waiting for my husband to leave the room. He's bothering me more than you are. Like, get out. I can't talk when you're in here. I got started as a coach because of the challenge groups that I was in, and they really helped me. My first reason I joined is because my workout buddy moved to Florida, and so it was really hard for me to work out on my own. So the challenge groups really encouraged me to work out and get in shape, and so that was one of the things I really liked. And I'm setting up, as we're talking, my first challenge tracker app group to run with people that have purchased something from me. whether it's Shakeology or a workout or somewhere along the line, just so that they can actually have something to enter in there. And then I still have the free one going with more people from Sarah's team to work with all the other people. And I just kind of want to see how it goes and if I like that better than the Facebook ones or not.
Okay, that's awesome. I love that. I just started using the Challenge Tracker app too. So I've only posted like once, so I'm excited to see. Obviously, that won't work very well for me out in the middle of nowhere, but I'm doing it with Laura, so just to kind of get an idea. Elizabeth, what's your favorite thing about challenge groups? You're gonna have to unmute yourself, sis.
Okay. You didn't want to hear earlier. My daughter's not happy about not being able to take my phone. My
kids be crazy.
I mean, I started challenge groups fresh postpartum, and my favorite thing was my first challenge group because I was on leave. I was all alone. I was trying to figure out how the hell to be a mom. Terrified of it every single day, and terrified of going back to where I had started in my fitness journey. And I knew I needed something different when I had my daughter. And I was posting every day. I didn't have a program at that point. I loved that there was just something little that everybody could do, and that there was an explanation of how to do it, and that all these different people were posting. And at first I didn't say anything because I was just the coaches, right? Nobody's supposed to actually talk. And then I noticed that, Brianna, who got me into it, was posting all the time. And so I started posting, and then I got comments on it, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can do this. All right, this is cool. It's a great community. There's lots of support. And I was watching Kim do PiYo, and I got hooked, and I bought it. And now I realize what a jerk I was, because she was like, why don't you buy Shakeology too? And I was like, no, I can't afford that. And it was on special, and I'm like, damn it, she missed out on Success Club points. I'm such an ass. So,
I got you eventually.
Really, though, you are.
I am. I really am. She did get me in the end, though. She got the points. Bottom line. But I loved the amount of energy and interaction when people were actually participating, and that was me included. And yes, you want to participate too?
Hi, sweetie.
One of the reasons I haven't run my own group yet is because consistency is something I struggle with, and I'm having a trouble consistently being present even in our team groups. So how can I host my own group and hope to have any participation? But I'm, that's not an excuse I'm going to keep me going, because you all know I have big goals, and the only way to get there is to push for it. So
absolutely, babe. I love it.
Rip off the Band-Aid and just make it happen in May.
Awesome.
Yeah, you've got this. Just focus on that, that attitude, and let that be your driving force. Do not pay any attention to any of the other noise, because you got this.
Thanks.
I really don't want to rush through this, because challenge groups are the most important thing that we can do as coaches. But I want to hear from Lindsay, who's a newer coach, and I want to know what your favorite thing about challenge groups are. Lindsay, can you hear me? You're muted. I don't know if you know that.
Hi.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Yeah, I can. So, I like the challenge groups. They gave me a lot of support when I really needed it.
Good.
And
I'm
Sarah
glad. That makes me
pushed me into it. So.
Well, I'm glad that you found support, and I'm glad that you're here, and I hope you don't mind that I just put you on the spot like that. But but something that I want you guys all to realize, I have a lot of hidden reasons for why I do what I do. I asked Kayla to make that video for our Glimpse into Coaching group because I want her to grow as a leader, because I want her to see the amazingness that I see in her. And I see her being capable of a lot more than she sees. That's also the reason why I asked everybody that joined this challenge group or this Zoom tonight to talk, is because I want you guys to get more comfortable. Because like Sarah said, there's value in being in front of a camera and speaking, and you guys are all very powerful. You should never underestimate the value you'd have to change someone's life. And so I wanted you guys all to have at least a small moment to talk and get some, a little bit more comfortable speaking, because it's not as scary as it seems. And we are all here to support you no matter what. So thank you guys for joining the Zoom and talking. And I know that some of you guys are exhausted on East Coast time and have babies and stuff to do, but I'm going to steal a couple more minutes of your time because I have an important announcement, and I have not cleared it through compliance, which is something that very much stresses me out. But from everything I've read for the last several weeks, I think this is totally legit, and we should not have any kind of barriers that stop us. Before I announce what I'm going to announce, I'm just going to say that I made a list of my favorite things about challenge groups, and I made a list of how I run my challenge groups that might be different from how other people do them, to kind of give you guys ideas. And I'm not going to list them off. Instead, I'm going to type them up and I'm going to share them in the team page. And I would encourage you guys to do the same thing. And let's kind of look at everybody's list and see if we could learn something that we could apply in our challenge groups going forward. That being said, I'm going to encourage you guys to spend, it's April 21st. We've got a little bit more than a week or so left in this in this month. And I'm going to encourage you guys to get out there and really brainstorm about your next challenge group and hosting a challenge group on your own, or find a partner to team up with that's on this team, and so that you can start one May 1st, or the first Monday in May, because I have recognized that there is a huge value in challenge groups. And if I'm not growing my business, I don't care. If I'm not connecting with people, I've made some connections that with some people where they're not going anywhere. And it's not about the quantity of friends, it's the quality of friends. And I have my people, and I'm very solidified in that feeling. So for me as a coach, the most important value that I see going forward is helping other people. And that basically eliminates us from being a salesman, first of all. It creates a focus for us, second of all. And third of all, we're making a difference in the world. And I think that those three things are huge opportunities as Beachbody coaches. And so what I've been basically brainstorming with my husband back and forth, and I've talked to Steph and I've talked to a few other people about doing, is what I am going to call a Spotlight Challenger. And what a Spotlight Challenger is someone that you, as a host of a challenge group, gets to nominate monthly. And this person can be based off of their results, like how many inches they've lost, how many pounds they've lost, or their participation in the group. Are they a leader? Are they outgoing? Are they supportive and encouraging? Are they motivating other people? Are they above and beyond inspiring and connecting with people? But as a host of a challenge group on this team, I want to give you this value to present to anybody out there that you're willing to talk to about joining one of your challenge groups. And that is a Spotlight Challenger is going to receive a valued prize at over $100 every single month. And you are going to be able to offer this to your challengers. And like I said, it could be participation, it could be results. I don't care. You're going to nominate somebody because of what they're doing in your challenge group. And basically, it's open to everybody in this entire downline. If you're part of Team Truths and Trades, you get to participate this and offer this to your challengers. If you co-host and you have a large group, you can nominate more than one challenger. So let's say you have 30 challengers, you can nominate 2. And it's every single month, and we're going to start this in May. And what's going to happen is I've actually lined up basically like, I'm going to call them like a committee that's going to, for every person that gets nominated as a spotlight challenger, they're going to be numbered. So nobody's going to know their name and nobody's going to know who their coaches are. And this committee is going to basically read their stories and read why you're nominating them, and they're going to choose who should win. They will win, and when that person gets chosen, the coach wins an equal value gift. So you guys will also have an opportunity to win a valued prize at $100 or more every single month. And you do not have to let your challengers know. I highly recommend that you don't. And so also that information will be kept anonymous from this committee of people that will be reading these stories. But once they pick a number, I'll know the name associated and I'll know the coach or coaches associated with this challenger. And the reason why I want to do this is because I see challengers out there who are losing tens of 20, 30 pounds, 100 pounds. I see people out there who are taking challenge groups to the next level and really, really putting together a valuable group. They're dedicating a lot of time. They're encouraging people like crazy. They're getting on a whole different level. And that is something that we get to do as coaches. And you might not be feeling like there's a payoff or there's a benefit. And it's kind of like what Beachbody does for people who buy a program and then they lose a bunch of weight. And then at the end of the year, they give $100,000 to that person. And then, they also do the $500 daily one and whatever, like much smaller caliber, but same thing. I want to create a incentive for you guys to put together amazing challenge groups. And I want you guys to be able to offer your challengers a reason to get out of their own way. And sorry, Millie is screaming in the background. I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, I feel like this is one of the most valuable things that we can do as coaches, and it's the opportunity to change somebody's life. And I don't know about you guys, but that's why I signed up. So every time I see somebody who's lost 10 pounds, I feel like I can't do enough to support them. $100 a month, I haven't determined, before I say that, there's got to be more incentive for people to get out of their own way. You know what I mean? So this is kind of my way of approaching that. And then we're going to see how it goes for a couple of months. We're going to all talk about it. And if it sucks, then we're going to throw the idea out the window. If compliance calls me and they say, Julie, you can't do that, then obviously we're going to have to quit. But you guys get to be part of this too. I want you guys, I'm going to basically get you guys a list of things that will be the giveaway, the ultimate giveaway at the end of a challenge group. If it's a $100 gift card to Target, if it's somebody's Shakeology, if it's whatever it is, you guys will get to vote and choose on what it is so that we know what we're offering. We don't tell our challengers what we're offering. They just know that it's valued at over $100 every month. And that's basically what I'm waiting for compliance, because I don't know if I'm allowed to give cash or if I'm allowed to give gift cards or whatnot. But as a coach, this could be your opportunity to get your Shakeology paid for. And Success Club is huge. Yeah, and building a team is huge. And those are both ways that you guys can have your Shakeology pace, but I'm going to add this avenue for you. Okay, maybe you are still learning how to have that conversation and grow your team, but I see you guys in your challenge group, and you guys are so good at it. And maybe you only have 6 people active in yours, Julia, but you're killing it. You're amazing at it. So I just wanted to create this opportunity to give you guys a reason to add a lot of value to your challenge group and be able to offer this to your challengers. And I feel like it's a really good tool to recruit people. It's a really good tool for people to stay accountable to those goals that they told you that they wanted to do. So I'm in the process of writing a procedure and policy on it. And I'm waiting to hear back from compliance on a few things. But starting May, the first Monday in May, I want all of you guys out there hosting a challenge group so that you can, hopefully, there might be, in some cases, I feel like if there's multiple people hosting challenge groups and we have a lot of submissions, there might be multiple winners. I feel like there's a value in me, like I'm not going to limit to just one. If there's 2 people that are doing an amazing job, 2 people win. So, or 5 or whatever. I don't care. Like I signed up to do this job to change people's lives. And I wanted you guys to be part of this team to help change people's lives. And we are only able to see our own value when we get out of our own way. And I feel like challenge groups are the way to create those connections and relationships and to really make a change in people's lives. So anyway, that's my big announcement. That's what we're going to be doing the first Monday in May. Everybody who's hosting a challenge group, even you can co-host it with another group. Again, I'm gonna post a policy and procedure on this so that you guys can read it and strategize or whatever. But starting in May, I am contemplating doing one in April, but I doubt I'm going to find out from compliance on whether or not I can. So keep that in mind this next week. If you're in the middle of a challenge group right now, there is a possibility. Well, that's the other thing too, is I know that we all do some kind of a giveaway at the end, and that's great, but that's out of our pocket. And it's not always, I want to be there to help you guys with that too. So if you're struggling with that, maybe that's an excuse why you don't want to host your own challenge group, is you don't want to, fork out your own cash to do this. I'm going to help. I'm stepping up. I'm here to help you guys really knock challenge groups out of the park. Kim and I have talked about this before. This is a different generation of coaches. Like, we're real and we're about changing lives. So going forward, like, I really want to set that precedence and focusing on those goals. And I want to see what happens in the process with us and our businesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, that's the huge announcement. And I went 5 minutes past 7. And I wanted to make sure that you guys, I'm going to stay on here as long as I need to. If anybody has any questions, again, I'm going to make a list of my favorite things about challenge groups. And I'm also going to make a list about how I run challenge groups. And I want you guys to do that if you don't mind, so that we can all kind of get some tips on maybe what we could change or learn something about going forward with our challenge groups, and then post them in the team page. But if anybody has any questions, or if anybody wants to say anything, don't, like, right now, go for it. Like, I'm not going to sign off. So I don't know if anybody's unmuted the talk, but go for it.
So this is going to be open for any challengers who do or do not make a purchase.
Do or do not. I don't care.
Okay. And maybe when you're like typing stuff in the team page, you could give a couple examples of like an invite that you would use for this specific thing. Like maybe just say like what you would say to your potential challengers, like, a message or an example.
Yeah.
I think
so. I'm waiting to hear back on compliance on how I can market this, because the thing is I've done a rebate on challenge pack sales before, where I've given my commission back to challengers, and you're not allowed to do that, because basically, if, let's say, why would someone sign up with somebody else if Julie is over here giving back money?